This podcast is brought to you by Purposefully Different Productions and is proudly sponsored by Little Dish, makers of delicious fresh meals for kids that are an absolute lifesaver on busy days. I love these meals because they are different to other kids' meals out there. They include a variety of ingredients, lots of textures, and are made with little taste buds in mind. Before we get started on today's episode, here's a word from our friend Giovanna Fletcher.
At Little Dish, we've spent years perfecting delicious, healthy, fresh meals guaranteed to be eaten by kids. Except when you sprinkle cheese on top instead of letting them do it, or if the little dish is served on the red plate or the yellow plate or the blue plate, or when you talk over them, or when they can't wear their ranger antlers because it's summer and they're in the loft, or on Mondays or on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and potentially even Sundays. Good luck and Godspeed. Little Dish. Healthy food kids love. Find us in the chill dial.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of How to Feed with me, Charlotte Stirling-Reed, the parenting podcast that brings you reassurance, confidence and practical advice on feeding your baby, toddler and your whole family. Today we have a truly special episode lined up for you. We're diving into the world of weaning but with a twist. We're going to be looking at how family dynamics come into play, especially when it comes to advice, whether it's wanted or not, from grandparents. And who better to explore this with than a mother-daughter duo who know all about navigating parenting and grandparenting with love, laughter and a lot of honesty. I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome TV legend Lorraine Kelly and her brilliant daughter Rosie Kelly-Smith, who is a podcast host in her own right and a journalist and a new mum to wonderful Billy, who we are beyond excited to have join us on the sofa here today as well. They've been through the weaning journey together and have so much wisdom to share about supporting each other and handling generational differences and finding what works for your family. So without further ado, Lorraine and Rosie, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm genuinely so grateful to have you. Really excited that we've got both of you and little Billy, today.
Yay.
Oh, thank you. How did you find getting in? Was it okay for both of you?
Yeah, it was fine. It's she napped the whole time.
Perfect.
So she used to hate the car, but now she likes it. Thank
Does
God.
she? Did she sleep well in the pram as well?
Yeah, she used to only
winner.
sleep in the pram.
Really?
Yes, didn't you? You only slept in the pram. We had
She's
to go
talking to
out
the dog.
3 times a day
Oh, really?
to get you to go to sleep.
Oh, see, I heard
Every
my daughter
time.
wouldn't sleep in the pram. She would sleep in the carrier, but she wouldn't actually sleep in the pram.
I had
so-
that at the beginning.
Did you?
I'd have to be in the carrier with her, get the pram up, and then I always thought people would think I was mad because I had her in the carrier and then I was
Pushing
wheeling
a
around
pram.
this empty pram. But
Just in
no,
case.
then she'd fall asleep and then I'd put her down in it.
Oh,
and
that's
see what
perfect. You
think.
could do the transition though.
Yeah.
So as we start here, so how are you finding parenthood just in general? How's it going for you? Share any thoughts you've had on it.
I think we're very lucky with how good she is. Like I've never had any issues with her.
That's so nice.
Apart from she didn't do a poo for 13 days.
Yes, that was
Getting
the one,
right
yeah.
into it. But
Yeah.
apart from that, she's a really happy baby.
Into the nitty gritty.
Loves her grub. She's always
Yeah.
loved her food. I remember I think it was a 27-week scan. It was one of those 4D ones. I didn't know the doctor was doing it. He just flipped it.
Oh, wow,
It's 4D.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, God. And she was sucking on the umbilical cord.
Oh,
And he
God.
said, she was like, oh, I think she's going to love her food.
Really? Straight away then?
And
That's
then
so
when
funny.
she came out, when she was born, she was crying. And the minute the midwife put her like pinky finger in her mouth, she started sucking.
Oh,
so I was
really?
like, okay,
Yeah.
we just need all the food.
Yeah.
And that's what it's been like since. She's just, with breastfeeding, she's just loved it.
Has she?
Bottle loves it.
Yeah.
We had to try a few different bottles.
Yeah. Which is really normal. Yeah.
Yeah, which I didn't know about. There's lots of things I just didn't
Of
know.
course.
And even you try and learn all these things at like your NCT classes and you're given 100 brochures by hospitals, you just forget or just can't really consume any information unless someone speaks to you. So yeah, I was very lucky. I had a very, very lovely midwife who was the person I saw
Helped you,
throughout.
yeah.
And you met as well
Yeah.
at one of the appointments.
She was
I took you
lovely.
to the last appointment with her. I think it was like a week before the birth.
She was great. You could talk to her about
yeah,
anything.
her name's Laura. She was fabulous.
Oh, nice. Love that.
Yeah, she was great. So it was good that I had that, but yeah, overwhelming.
Overwhelming. And is it different to what you expected? Because everything you're saying now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I so remember. You think that you can prepare yourself for it, but you
Oh, you can't.
absolutely
You
can't.
absolutely can't. I think all the preparation in the world. I remember
Yeah.
I had a spreadsheet. And I still
Yeah.
have a spreadsheet that I
you
give
have
to
a
people
spreadsheet
that
for
I
everything.
know that
I love that.
and I give
Woman
it
after
to
my
people
own
that
heart.
are pregnant now, and I'm like, It's good for information, but like you don't know until you're in it.
Yeah.
And everyone says, "Oh, it's so hard" and everything. It's like, well, it is really hard, but there's also bits that you feel guilty for saying it, but it's not fun.
No, yeah, so true.
There's bits that aren't fun, and it's relentless, and you have to have the patience of a saint.
Yeah. But it's really important to share those bits, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. And it's like you keep hearing, it's really hard, it's really tough work, but you don't actually, no one ever says that it's actually quite horrendous.
Yeah. They don't set you up with that.
No, they don't. But no, we're in, I feel like 6 months and then 8 months. 8 months I was like, oh, okay, this is
You've got it.
I don't know if we've got it, but I feel like you get a lot more feedback from them, and she's smiling and she's saying some words, and she's more of a person, which is adorable.
Yeah.
And it's more.
Because you start to learn more. And I feel like as they get older, like although there's obviously other challenges, but you get more to learn them and their personality. And that is the best part of it all, I think, is knowing them as an actual human themselves. But so Lorraine, I'm so interested also in your role, around this. How have you, I mean, you're obviously really close and you can tell that you absolutely adore her. How have you found being a grandparent? Was it what you expected? How has it been?
Well, I didn't know what to expect. And everybody kept saying to me, this is the best thing. She is the most beautiful, clever, gorgeous baby that has ever been born in the world. Aren't you? Yes, you are. No, she is the light of my life. She is an absolute joy. But I have to say, I'm in total awe of Rosie. She's been amazing. I mean, she's just taken to motherhood so well. And I know it's been hard, and getting a cesarean. I mean, I just had a wee operation. I had to get my ovaries removed. That was bad enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I don't have a wee tiny baby.
Yeah.
And you're having, I mean, I could hardly blink and walk. And Rose was up, doing everything and just being incredible. She's taken to it so well, far more than I did as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. You've just embraced everything, and even although it was hard, physically and emotionally, it was hard, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was at the start. It was difficult.
Yeah.
But I think it's made us a lot closer too. Really. And I mean, I am available at all time for babysitting duties. I am
Love
there.
it.
Yeah.
In fact,
I'll be there.
It's quite difficult to get it off me when when she comes round. I'm like grabbing the baby.
I love that though.
But it's been wonderful, and it is a different sort of love. I mean, obviously, I adore Rosie, but when she was little, it was scary. It is for all of us. I mean, I don't think nobody knows. They don't come with a book of instructions.
No.
But this is different because it's all the love and not as much of the fear. Because I know she's got her mum and dad.
That's what I have.
Yeah. You have the love and the fear.
I know, but because I know she's she couldn't be more loved or looked after by Rosie and by Steve, you know.
And obviously, seeing Rosie become a mother, like that must be quite incredible for you.
It is. It's really emotional. I mean, the first time, obviously, the first time I saw her in the hospital, I cried, and I try not to, but it's happy tears, It really is happy tears. But to see your baby having a baby is unbelievably special. It's just wonderful, and you sort of look at it and you think, well, what did we do before?
Yeah.
Billy, what did we do? Slept, you slept.
What did you do?
What did we do before? Billy, we must have done something before you came, but I can't remember what it was.
And you always say, what did we talk about?
Yeah,
What did I don't know.
Yeah, that is true, isn't it? It's so different though. Your relationship changes, doesn't it? Your relationship, because with me and my husband, it went from sort of like, normal things talking about to basically talking about poo a lot.
Yeah,
exactly.
Poo and sleep and wee and nappies and all of that, which is
Love
fine,
it.
which is
I love
normal.
It changes your life, doesn't it? It really does.
Completely. But it's so different now. And you were saying about trying to get information, and I mean, your book's fantastic, and it's like the Bible, isn't it? In our house, it is like the Bible. It's consulted all the time. But I've just noticed there's so much more information around now, and it's a lot clearer than it was. It's only like 31 years ago you were born, but things have changed so much.
So much.
Knowledge about food, though, that seems to be the main thing, because we used to give you rusks in baby milk. We used to do that.
Yeah.
And I think we made quite a lot of mistakes. I think we gave you too much. We thought we were doing the right thing, but things like baby jars back then weren't the same as they are now.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the lovely packets of
yeah.
really good stuff without all the additives in it. So I think things have got better.
Yeah.
Definitely. I do remember making lots of vegetables for you and putting them in wee ice cubes. I did do that and felt as if I was doing a good job, but then they just sat in the blinking freezer.
So we're always
Just
the
really
way.
bad. And you ended up, when you were a wee bit older, basically getting the same as us, except mashed. You know, and when you think about it, really now, you know, I would have said, like, don't put so much salt in it, like you say, you know, don't put butter in it. But we didn't really know back
Yeah,
then.
of course.
And even talk to your granny. I mean, because Billy's lucky
What
she's...
did you get fed?
I mean, rusks. We chewed on rusks and bits of toast and kind of got by. And Granny would just, whatever, she was making mince and potatoes, she would just mash it up for me. That's how, you know, you didn't really have specific things.
Yeah, well, advice has changed a lot. And actually, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but that was something I really wanted to ask you about. Rosie, I'm definitely going to ask you about weaning, and I really want to get there. But you just tapped into a point that I love, which is advice has changed so much. And I think sometimes what that leads to is parents or grandparents, let's say, saying, that's not how we did it in my day.
See, I have said to myself, I must never say those words. Those words have not to come out of my mouth because things are different. And she's my granddaughter, not my daughter. Like my husband keeps saying, she's not your baby. And I say, I know she's not. But at the same time, it's not about that. And I don't feel, you know, I don't feel that I can give you that much advice because you're the one that gives me advice when I'm looking after her. You know, Rosie will say, this is what you do, this is what you do, and all of the different devices that you've got that we, you know, we would just heat up a bottle. Now a thing does it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's fantastic. You know, it's really good. But I've always said that I would never say that because of course we did it differently. My mother did it differently with me. I mean, my mum was 18 when I was born. She was living in a wee 1-bedroom, nothing house, tiny wee house, and didn't have much, didn't have anything really. You just kind of muddled through. You know, but I think that the thing that's different, and we're really lucky because we live quite close together, is you don't have that support system that you used to have.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe that's why we need so much more advice because we don't. You know, we don't really have that. You don't have your auntie round the corner or your cousin up the road or this one, you know, to babysit. But so that's why it's great that we live close together.
Honestly, I think that's such an important message because there's a lot of parents who do struggle with grandparents or in-laws or other family members who say, you know, who disagree, I guess, with the way that maybe we wean babies or the foods that we offer or the way it's done or, you know, there's a lot of kind of disagreement with that.
Absolutely. And things that I learned that I didn't know about. Like, I didn't know you couldn't give them water. Like, if you hadn't said that to me, I might have given her, you know, because we don't know that, because nobody told us that that's a bad thing to do.
And honey as well. Dad was going to give her honey.
Dad was going to give her honey, so I thought, oh, that'll be nice. I'll give her a wee bit of a banana and dip it in a wee bit of honey, that'll be good. But what I think is definitely changed is the fact that you make everything from scratch. I mean, you are amazing.
I try to,
No, but you do. And it's
you're
that,
incredible.
And I mean, look at her, she's thriving, absolutely thriving. So I've definitely learned more from Rosie than she would ever learn from me.
And you're willing to take that advice and learn from it, which is great.
You know, Billy's Rosie's baby at the end of the day, and it's what she wants. And I don't really understand, you know, grandparents that would
doing it
kind of
different
do
way.
that. Oh, that's not what we did in our day. Well, no, because that was fine for your day. But this is not your day, and it's not your baby either. Of course, you love the baby more than anything, but you know, it's true. But I love how you do everything from scratch.
I love it.
It's wonderful.
And Rosie, for you, the advice, there's a lot of parenting advice. You've touched on that. There is a lot. Do you find that sometimes overwhelming?
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
So overwhelming. I remember the first few days when we brought her home, it was just constant. I had to turn off social media because it's just...
Oh, yeah.
and it's this whole thing of, you know, your baby can be a fabulous, you know, sleeper and eater. Just subscribe and pay me money.
Oh, my gosh, yes. It'll cost you five grand.
The violin and you're speaking Japanese.
And that, that got me. So I think I had to just sort of sit down and think, who do I listen to? And it's mums. So I would listen to my mum and I would listen to my midwife, who I WhatsApped all the time. Probably shouldn't have.
Speed dial.
Yeah. And she's a mum, and the NCT class, we all had a mum group.
Yeah.
So that was, but it's, I mean, people get their information wherever they feel comfortable. I think that's the key. You have to find voices that you trust. And for me, it was mums.
Yeah, I love that.
Other friends and friends that have had babies.
People that have had babies. I'm very lucky that two of my best friends she's got a 2-year-old and my other friend's got a nearly 5-year-old, which is mental because I remember them being born and when they were pregnant.
Time goes by so fast.
Yeah.
She's going to be a year
so
soon.
fast.
I
Yeah.
know.
How
And my
have you
friend
used
actually,
it?
who
Yeah.
has baby boy Kit, who's nearly 5, she's the one that said, because I said, I don't know about weaning. What do I do?
Yeah.
What happens? And she said, there's a book, How to Wean Your Baby. And I was like, well,
love
that
it.
sounds like a title that I
Yes.
need. So
Oh,
yeah,
amazing.
so it's all from mums again. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And do you know the NCT thing? Like that's for me, that was a game changer.
Yeah.
Because it was people going through the same thing at the same time. And even if you could like listen to advice from someone who's done it a year ago, I personally feel like it's the imminent, like what's happening right now that you need to know. And I completely agree with you. I think, you know, and with my daughter Ada, she really struggled with like reflux and colic. And exactly like you said, I remember seeing online this woman saying, I can really help you. You know, I can fix this for you. Don't listen to normal advice. And then you'd click on it and it'd be like £500. And you just think,
No, gosh.
No, it's
there's
not.
a lot of, it's really
crazy.
tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. And when it came to the weaning process, I mean, obviously you have stormed through and I love watching what you do. How have you found it generally? Have you enjoyed it?
I've actually really enjoyed it. I think
good.
the first, I think she was probably ready around 5 months, but she was like holding all the signs, like holding her head up and, you know, looking at what we were eating and stuff like that. And she's obsessed with ice cubes, like ice in water. Not that I've given her an ice cube, but she's just always very
Watches
curious
it.
and watching. But no, I was terrified. I just didn't, and I put it off because I was so scared.
Yeah. She's like, I wanted the food.
It's a great
But
conversation.
you wanted grub. But yeah, I just didn't. It was just like another thing. Like I think with her, it was like, okay, breastfeeding, and then it was just constantly like the next thing to worry about and to get all worked up about. So for me, weaning was just terrifying.
But you're so organised though. I mean,
Well,
this
that's
is the thing.
I like
You're
plans.
super organised, and that really, really helps. And like I remember when, if you're away for the day, very unusually, it would be post-it notes. I've got post-it notes all in the fridge that I follow.
Yeah.
Oh my
so that
gosh,
I know
I
what to
love
do, like on the
it.
very rare
They're
occasions.
your recipes, but I've written them down and written them out and put them on the fridge.
Oh my gosh, that is incredible.
So that, you know, just in case something happens to the book or, you know, you can't find the right page.
But that's also really handy for you because she's, you know, it takes the guesswork out for you. And it takes that like, okay, I haven't done this for a while. You can literally give me the exact details. I mean, that must be really handy for both your points of view.
It really is, and it's made a massive difference because, you know, although I said, you know, I've got all the love for Billy without the fear, there is still the worry that you're not,
do something
that you're
wrong.
maybe doing something that's not quite right, and you know all of that, which is hard. But you just make it so easy because you always make more, and then you can freeze it.
Yeah, I
always
love
have little
that.
pots.
Yeah, you're very good at all
freezer
the
drawer
prep
is like one of my biggest accomplishments in my life. It's like I label everything and
I
every
love
day.
it. Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
no,
you
I
need
was-
to write a manual for people because I mean, I think one of the reasons people love my book is because it has that
It's
step-by-step
so
guide.
clear, yeah, and that's what I needed. And I think I'd had no idea about anything. So the fact that it was like day 1, a broccoli.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can do that. I can, you know, I can do that. I can cook a broccoli.
And she's loved it. Like from a lot of what you've shared, she's loved it, hasn't she?
So
she
lucky
does.
with how well she loves her food.
She
And
really loves her grub.
she loves her
Does
grub.
she? I
She
love
really loves
that.
her grub. She didn't. What was it? Courgette. She wasn't that bothered about.
She didn't like courgettes.
I think it's because it was
really?
quite bitter.
It is quite bitter.
Yeah,
but then
yeah,
I-
a
it's
bit
quite a
stringy.
bitter taste.
It's very, like,
Yeah,
it's a bit
but then she
stringy.
had it with like beef later on, and she liked it.
Oh,
So I think
good.
it's just like what you say, just keep offering
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And but the aubergine, that was
Yeah.
our turning point. It was like she was really good on food, and then the aubergine, she had the whole thing.
Yeah, I remember you saying
It was
that.
just like
And that's
crazy.
a strange texture and a different taste.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing, isn't it? Babies, they're also
Babies are
different.
weird.
And also just because they don't like something once, I think that's what a lot of parents think, like they didn't like that and I'm
Yeah.
not going to offer it. But you know, I try and encourage that carrying on and continuing because we all have off days. You know, sometimes I don't feel like eating any aubergine.
Yeah.
You know, it's exactly the
Yeah.
same for babies.
Yeah.
So have you had any challenges? Have you felt like there's any moments that have been a bit more challenging?
I think there's been a few times. I think just trying to maybe get the timescales a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was.
Yeah. You've got to take your time with it as
You
well.
do have to,
don't
yeah,
you?
you do. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it can take a good 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour. And,
Oh, yeah, for
you know,
her
you
to-
said to me, look, leave her for a wee minute.
Come back. Give her
And you
some
do.
water.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. when
You
she
just
does
have to be
that.
patient. I think that
Yeah.
challenge is patience.
Yeah.
Hi, you're
And
looking
not
at
worry
me.
if it's a mess, because it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
She's actually not that messy, I don't think.
No, she's not.
Just
That's
sometimes
quite
when she
good.
gets her hand in the bowl.
Yeah. Oh.
She gets her hand in the bowl and then it falls over.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
her wee dog is very happy with that.
Yes,
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
you saying
Got a
that
wee
to me.
sausage dog and she's at the bottom of the
Covered in yogurt.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Licking it all off.
Oh yeah. They're best pals.
Oh, it's so
Best
sweet.
pals.
I
It's
love
so
that. Oh,
cute.
that's so, but in terms of the routine, I think, do you struggle with fitting it all in? So like the naps, the play dates, the tummy time, the feeding, the breastfeeding or bottle feeding, like it's a lot, right?
Breastfeeding for me has been the hardest thing
Really?
that
Yeah.
I've found with the baby.
Yeah,
the
really.
child.
They're so good. I mean, look how she's
Like even today, like she
thriving.
had breakfast and then we came here, she napped. Normally she'd have a bottle before she napped, but she didn't. So now do I give her the bottle now? Do I then wait until her lunch? Like what do I do? And she's 9 months and it's like I should maybe have this figured out by now and I don't.
I don't think anyone ever has it really figured out.
No, so it's just
I'm
like
still
a
trying to
daily
figure
thing.
it out.
Same, exactly.
You're 31, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
if you try and stick to a solid routine, you'll just make yourself mental. So
Yeah.
we just go day by day. Like she seems
Yeah.
pretty happy now. She'll have her lunch after this, and then she'll have a bottle, and then she'll have a nap.
What's she having for lunch today?
She's having the avocado pasta from the book.
She loves that.
Nice.
That's a really
Oh,
good
look
one.
at her smile when you said that. She's like, yes, please. Yeah, I do. I totally agree with you. It sounds like you're quite intuitive to her, because I think some parents go by like, I've got friends who really go by an app, like it tells them, but actually it does somewhat takes a little bit of that intuition, like what is she telling me away from it?
Yeah, a little bit. And I found that also really hard at the beginning.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, no one knows your baby better than
Well,
better than
absolutely,
you," and
yeah.
I'm like, "Well, I don't know the
Yes,
baby.
I've got no one to
Maybe it's a
trust
week.
me.
I don't know."
I
And
love
I've also
it.
never done this before, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh.
But no, I think that's been a challenge for me, is to just in my head so much. And you look at her and you're like, "Oh, you're fine."
Yeah, she's doing
You're okay.
great. Exactly.
So we just need to
love it.
calm down.
But I know what you mean about the technology is wonderful that we didn't have. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
when you were born, we didn't have apps and technology and things like that. And it's a great help, but you don't want to be a slave to it. Do you know what I mean? It's that
Yeah.
kind of thing that you don't want to be saying, oh my goodness, the app says
Yeah.
by now she should be doing
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But it's a great way to help you.
I did the sleeping,
Yeah,
the
that was
nap
gr-
one when
that
I
was
think she
really
was
good.
4 months and I was
Yeah.
just dead. So I was like, I need
Yeah.
to do something.
That worked.
And we did it for a week and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I got rid of it. And it was
Yeah.
the same like when she was born, you have to track
That's
the
it.
nappies for the
True.
health
I think
visitor
it's
and all
how
that.
much you lock into it or
Yeah.
let it dictate.
Totally.
It should be a
yeah.
tool. It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
The tail shouldn't
Yeah.
be wagging the dog.
Well, it's the same with advice. Like you can take the advice, but ultimately every baby's going to be different.
Yeah.
You have to then take that advice, but go, some of that I can use and some of it I'm going to disregard. And I think that's really hard as a first-time mum,
Yeah.
because it's hard to figure out what bits of the advice you can just go, doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And which bits you need to take a bit more.
Yeah.
Lorraine, you tapped into this and I find this really fascinating, but you mentioned about how when you were weaning it was really different and you shared a few, but what do you think was really different back then, like some specific things like with the food or how you offered it?
Yeah, I don't think that we knew as much. We thought we did, but I don't think we knew as much about nutrition as we do
Okay.
now, and we didn't have back then as many additives and things. I don't think as much as we do. And I think we know an awful lot more about that and about what's best for babies
Yeah.
and how, things do have to be cooked from scratch. And you do, I mean, we're really lucky where we live. There's an old fashioned greengrocers,
Love
which I
it.
know are
Love
you know,
it.
few and far
Yeah.
between. And it's not a really, really posh, expensive organic one, although it is organic.
There's like a card limit where you have to, it has to be over £5.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
yeah.
you
You're
go in
there,
and
like-
spend
Yeah,
£5.
yeah.
Oh, God.
I know, it's
Yeah.
amazing. So it's all
I love that,
proper,
yeah. Yeah.
potatoes are a bit misshapen,
Yeah.
but it's all good. And she gets the best of food. And I don't know that we did that with you necessarily. I mean, we probably should have been a bit more careful, I
But
think.
like
I
you
do.
said, the advice wasn't necessarily there. And also the research wasn't
wasn't.
really there. We know now a lot about the first 1,000 days of life and how important early years are.
Sure.
There's so much research
I
now.
was
It wasn't
just
there
glad
then.
to get to get her to eat something. You know, I mean, you were a good wee eater. You're like Billy. You were great. You weren't fussy at all. I mean, one of the first things that you did was you sucked on a lemon. I don't know how we managed it. I think I was on a flight, and we got some water with a lemon in it, and she just grabbed it and started sucking it. Her wee face went all kind of like scrunched up. But you always like kind of quite good, you know, strong flavours. So that was great. That was really good. But for example, your first Christmas. It'll be your second Christmas because the first Christmas would be too wee, but the second Christmas you basically had Christmas dinner.
Love it. Yeah,
I mean,
amazing.
you had that.
I thought that was the champagne incident.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh no!
Oh no, Billy Boo. Oh no! Oh Billy Boo, you're okay. You're okay. What did I do? What was that?
I think
Was that
Dad
when you were
told
wee?
me.
Oh my goodness, yes. At Christmas time. You know what it's like when you turn your back on a baby and you
Sorry,
grab.
maybe should have
No,
brought
no,
this
it's
up.
fine.
That's fine.
It's such a good mother. And you grabbed a hold of the champagne glass, and then the next minute your head was like that. you were only a wee tiny thing.
Oh.
Billy, we can't let that happen to you.
So in terms of the dynamic of you two, it sounds like you've been really good with like your communication and like the boundaries and you know, Lorraine, like I love the fact that you say you were never going to say that's not how we did it in my day.
No,
but
I hate that. I really do. I think it's great because all you're going to do is you're feeling vulnerable anyway because you're just, you know, this is new and all of that, especially when baby's teeny tiny. And that's the last thing in the world you want to hear. What you want to hear is you're doing a great job. You're doing an amazing job. I can't believe that you are up and about after having a massive operation, which a C-section is. And you're doing incredibly well. And I just, both me and my husband. It's a bit confusing because Rosie has got a Steve.
Yeah,
and her
okay.
dad's called
Steve.
Steve.
Okay.
So
The
Rosie,
two Steves.
Rosie Steve is Southern Steve.
Got you.
So we didn't want to do old Steve and young Steve
Oh,
or big
yeah.
Steve and wee Steve. So that's the, but he's just great.
Amazing.
He is a good dad. He's
Yeah.
a really, really good dad. I mean, he's, you know, everybody's learning as you go along, but he's great, and her wee face lights up. It just lights up when she
it's
sees
so
her daddy.
sweet.
It's lovely. It's just really, really lovely. But I honestly, that would be my biggest piece of advice to any grandparents or you know, our older sisters, brothers. Don't say they didn't do that in my day.
Yeah.
There's a reason that they don't do it like that now, actually.
Yeah, it's exactly it's so true.
It really is so
So true.
shushed.
But
You know?
did you ever communicate like those sort of, not boundaries, did you ever have a chat about how you were going to be as a grandparent and a parent dynamic? I guess you don't really, do
I
you?
think we just kind of got
I think
there.
we're comfortable enough that I would sort of tell you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've
You know,
always
it's a
said to him,
closeness.
and I've especially said to Rosie Steve,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I'm annoying you and I'm around too
Oh.
much, you've got to tell me. And honestly, I will not be offended.
Yeah.
Because that's the last thing in the world I want to be is a
Yeah.
nuisance. But anytime you want to babysit, funnily enough, I will be available.
Yeah. Oh, I love
You know,
that.
I will be for sure.
Love that.
You know, we never really sort of, you know, talked about that. But I don't think that's a bad idea to do that and just to sort of set guidelines and say,
Yeah,
look,
it depends
you know,
what relationship you have. I
it
think.
really
Of course,
does. You know,
yeah.
I mean, I see it so often, and
Yeah.
especially when she's just
Same.
tiny and born. I kept saying to you, is it all right to come?
Yeah.
You know, because the last thing in the world you want is if you're feeling a bit vulnerable, you know, you've just had this operation or you've just gone through giving birth, you know, whatever way it was.
Yeah.
You know, you're not feeling your best.
Yeah.
And what you need is you need somebody that you really trust that can come in and say, sit down in your bottom, hold that baby, I'll tidy up. Or I'll make you a cup of tea. Or I'll,
Yeah,
you
you
know.
just need them to come
and
in,
don't,
yeah.
for goodness sake, the worst thing you could possibly do is on your mum, don't tidy up for people.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because if they're really good friends, they're not going to even notice.
Notice exactly
No one
that.
cares.
Yeah.
No, nobody
Yes,
cares.
so
but I
true.
think you do because when you've just had a baby, you want everything to be perfect. Because I remember thinking
I think
that.
Dad's as well. Like I think with my Steve,
Yeah.
he was very much like, there's nothing I can do in a way. Like for
yeah.
dads in that stage, they're just
hard.
there's the support system. There's nothing, you know, they can't feed the baby.
Yeah.
So-
It's very
Breastfeeding,
tricky
of
in that
course.
point, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he was cleaning the whole house for visitors and
Oh.
ordering food. So there's like a
Yeah.
buffet for people to come in. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I
But,
know.
yeah, it was funny.
Well, you seem you seem very organised, but quite relaxed. Like, are you quite laid back? And because I think that probably really helped. You seem it anyway.
I think I sort of have forced myself to be a little bit laid back and more chilled than I thought I would be.
Yeah.
But
She's
yeah,
laughing at that. She's
know,
like,
aren't
Mum,
you?
you're
No
not
way.
She's a great baby, but she's a great baby because you're a great mum.
Oh, I love
Honestly,
that.
she is. If you were
Yeah.
all sort of worried or you were stressed and and I know that you do you have been, and I know initially when she was born there was anxiety because you've talked about that, but you know she takes it. Babies take it from their environment.
yeah. I think as long as I'm chill with her.
You are very much so.
Not with her, I'm not.
Yeah. I love
but
that.
you really
though.
are. You're so good with her, and you know, and she, I mean, gosh, when Rosie goes out the room, she's like this, where's my mum? Where's my mum? She's always looking for you.
Yeah, I
she's
saw when you just
lovely.
moved off there. She's
It's
like,
so
no.
cute.
Yeah, it was like, where's my
So
mama?
sweet.
Where's my mama?
And so, Rosie, do you have any tips? I mean, you know, like I say, you honestly, and I'm not just saying this, it sounds like you've done incredibly well at parenting. You've always had a lovely support network.
Oh, yeah, you have to have your
But just
people.
generally, weaning, parenting, do you have any tips that you'd love to impart? Because like you said, no one really tells you quite how hard it is. But would you have any tips that you'd love to give to parents who are about to maybe go into this whole parenting or even the weaning journey now?
Yeah, I think patience is key.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely.
Everything is temporary.
Yes, everything's a
That's
phase. Yeah.
one of my midwives said to get that tattooed on your forehead. Everything is temporary. Not really, but yeah.
This will pass.
Yeah, this will pass. I think what me and my Steve maybe should have done, and what I've said to people that are expecting now, is to have a chat about feeding before the baby comes.
Okay.
Because I think dads can't do a lot, and
Yeah.
they want that bonding.
Yeah.
But I remember we had our first. You and your partner will also hate one another just for a
Yes,
little bit, and then it'll be
absolutely.
fine.
Or for 8 years.
But yeah, I
I'm
remember we
joking.
having a massive row because I needed to. Yes, I needed to get some rest, but I had this whole thing of feeding and my milk not coming in. My milk was in; it was fine.
Yeah.
But he let me sleep for longer than we'd agreed because
Okay,
I wanted to keep feeding her
Yeah.
to get the breast milk going. And he gave her a bottle, and I was raging.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
he did
no, I get
nothing
it.
wrong. But for me, I was like, my milk's not going to come in now.
Yeah.
And this is, I've slept 4 hours, which means that, that
Yeah.
4 hours, there will not be any milk. What am I
Yeah.
going to do? And, it's just, that was so important to me. And I think if we'd had that chat before and he
It
was
would have been
aware and had that communication that that's what I needed, I needed, him to just give me the baby.
Yeah.
Rather than let me rest, which was lovely. And obviously he should have done it at the same time. But I think it's just, having
Yeah.
that expectation as well of, you need to ask if you can go for a shower.
Yeah.
Because I remember someone saying that to me and I was like, what?
Yeah. Hold
And
on.
I had another friend who I said that to, and she was like, oh, but does the baby not nap? Can you not do that when it? And I'm like, yeah, but the first sort of 6 weeks she wouldn't nap unless she was
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
just
exactly.
wouldn't sleep that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So, you just have to be prepared that, I think, have chats with your partner, have chats with your family before the baby comes, because, you don't know what it's going to be like. And I think just saying that we don't know what it's going to be like, maybe stop,
Yeah.
expecting.
Don't have expectations.
Don't have
a lot.
expectations.
Yeah, exactly.
Be patient and
Yeah.
be kind to yourself as well, because, if she doesn't get fed off you for 4 hours if you're having a nap,
She'll
she
be
will
okay.
take a bottle. She'll be okay. She's with her dad. She'll be fine. But in my head, it was
Yeah.
the end of
Travesty,
the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But when
And
you're
I was
in
like,
that
fine,
moment,
I can never go to sleep ever again.
yeah, but when you're in that moment, it is really
it's-
dramatic and
yeah.
it feels really strong. So
Yeah.
yeah, completely. But I think that's great advice. Last bit of advice from the both of you. You guys obviously have this incredible dynamic, and honestly, Lorraine, I think the way that you are grandparenting in this situation is so many people could learn a little trick from your book. But do either of you have any tips for maybe people who are slightly struggling with voices or vocals or other advice from other people? What would your kind of advice be in those situations for both of you?
Do you know, I think it's really important, like what Rosie was saying, you've got to communicate, and I think we have to get over this, and it's a very British thing of like not wanting to offend or not wanting, you've got, I think if you're the mother, this is your baby,
Yeah.
the most important thing in the world,
Yeah.
the most important thing the most amazing thing you will ever do. And if you're not happy about something, I mean, I remember when you were little and Auntie Carol came round and she smokes and she lit up a fag. Now, it was one of those ones where I just said, I'm really sorry. And I know she was offended,
Yeah.
a little bit offended, but she got it completely.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
she
yeah, yeah.
absolutely got it.
Yeah.
And she just said, I'm really sorry. And I think sometimes
Speak
don't
up.
seethe inwardly, let it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and if people maybe don't like it, that's too bad.
Love that.
That's
Yeah.
too bad, because your baby is the most important thing.
That is such good
And talk
advice.
to each
So
other.
good. Yeah, communicate.
Another thing as well, just very quickly.
Yeah. No.
I found writing stuff out like in an email rather than saying it. Like gather your thoughts and write things out, and then write them, message them. You don't have to vocalize it if you can't, if it's too uncomfortable. Because I hate confrontation.
Yeah,
so
this
that's
is
why
it.
I think people.
This is
we
it.
all hate confrontation, especially with people that we love.
Yeah.
But
like you say, this is the most important thing in your world.
Yes. You've got to say it right away, because I think sometimes if you, like, you're really right about writing it down.
Yeah.
But if you don't say it right away, you'll end up getting
absolutely.
Yes.
It builds up.
It'll build up and then you'll explode.
And then you end up resentful. So, honestly, guys, it's been so wonderful. Honestly, I'm so grateful. I've got a quick fire round, if you wouldn't mind.
Yes.
Which I am the worst person. I'm terrible at quick fire. So let's just see how we go. So Rosie, what's something you've done where you've realised I'm a mum now?
Oh. Ooh.
It's very specific.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
And you felt like a mother?
You felt like, oh my God, I'm a mum.
Probably my Tupperware and my
Collection.
labelling of
I love
the
it.
baby food.
Labelling.
And like just the freezer
Yeah.
being so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that I love it. I love
Okay,
it. So I was like,
amazing.
okay, I'm labelling things now.
I'm a mum. I've got a label maker.
And I've got like a
Also-
little her little lunchbox as
I knew
well.
that's
Okay,
I
yeah.
bought specifically for her to
Yeah.
keep her food in.
So cute.
like, okay.
Oh. And Lorraine, what's your favourite thing about being a grandparent?
Do you know the best thing that's happened to me in the past couple of weeks? If somebody said, what was your highlight of the week? When I had just come out of hospital, me and Billy get put down for a nap.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Both of us went for a nap, and I fell asleep to this wee thing. And when I woke up, she had a wee hand on my cheek.
Oh my God,
and
I
it
love
was
it.
just, it
Heaven.
was the bestest thing.
So
ever
sweet.
in the world. Yeah.
So
it's
sweet.
just being with her, to be
It
honest
really,
with
yeah,
you.
and it really feels like she's like given you almost, a whole new perspective and
She's
enjoyment.
wonderful. No, she is absolutely wonderful. She really is. I love getting me clothes for her. I love
Yeah.
because she's got nothing,
Doesn't
obviously.
have
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
no.
She needs.
She's just like she has to have everything else. But she's such a good
she's
kid.
So cute.
She wakes up laughing.
Yeah.
She does.
And making funny
Babbling.
noises. And every stage has been great, and I can't wait for her to.
Oh, I love it.
To really start
Yeah.
talking. And the
Yeah.
other thing that we do that I would say to everybody as well as a tip: read to them, read to your babies.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
if they're teeny tiny and weeks old, just read to them.
we
Get
started
that? Yeah,
reading.
I love that. Oh, yeah. I always read. My daughter though, she used to pick up the books and she'd just throw it on the floor. Like Rafi, he loved it. He'd sit there and you could do book after book. Ada, you'd start reading to her and she'd just grab it and throw it. And so until she was about 1, she just wouldn't accept it. But I mean, I love reading to them both.
Billy's
so
in her throwing stage at the moment, especially with
Oh,
food.
is she?
And her like water
Yeah.
beaker, she'll just throw it.
Love it.
Yeah.
But it's learning gravity.
Yeah.
All they're doing is learning, what happens if I throw this? So what's your a couple of like must-haves as either mum or grandparent, any must-haves baby gear?
Oh, baby gear.
Baby wipes.
Baby wipes are a big one.
Baby wipes.
Muslins.
Yeah. Muslins.
You
My
can never
God.
get enough.
We had
Hello.
I'm trying to think what we had when she was really little. Oh, it's this like contraption. It's not even a contraption. It was a sleeping bag, but it was like
Okay.
a pod.
Yes. Okay.
And it's it's got straps. You can carry them around. So
Love
I could
it.
put her down and I could have a shower.
And carry her somewhere.
And
Oh,
she could
love
be there.
it.
And then it expands and becomes a playmat.
Playmat. Oh,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
wait,
clever.
when she's
I think the
when-
company's Najil.
Okay,
Yeah.
Najil. I don't
Najil.
know how you say it, but
Nice.
that's been
Right.
Oh,
my
really?
favourite. We've got baby in a bag.
Oh,
Remember
baby in a
we used to have our
bag.
dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Baby in a
And we would just
bag.
be like, oh, where's Billy? Baby in a bag. We'll
You
put
put
her
it in a wee bag.
in a wee bag.
Love it.
And we'd carry her around. We can't really do it that
Baby
much
in a
now because
bag.
she's like 11 kilos.
Yeah.
But we used to do it when
Oh.
she was little and it was lovely. But the amount of stuff that you are told you need, you don't need.
No, I know.
Oh, God.
And then you feel guilty
completely.
because I bought all these toys for her and like the baby bouncer and everything. She didn't use it until
Yeah.
like 3 months.
Yeah.
I was like,
And
oh,
my
gosh.
mum was saying that. My mum went into the nursery, like where Billy is, and she went, "For goodness sake, all we needed was a blanket.
I
You can
know.
change it on your knee. You
Oh,
don't
I
need all
love
this
that.
paraphernalia."
Oh, it's so fun. And when they're older, so I've had conversation with friends recently, the toddler stage, all they need is a box, a cardboard
Oh,
box.
uh-huh.
They love it. You
And
can buy
wrapping
them
up
all
paper.
these toys and wrapping paper.
Wrapping up paper. She loves wrapping up paper.
Honestly, that and a cardboard box, they will be content for
Cardboard
hours,
box
won't they?
is great. There's
But even
nothing
wet
like
wipes,
it.
she likes. That's her favourite
Love
toy.
it, yeah,
It's just a pack of
scrunching,
wet
putting it
wipes.
in the mouth, yeah, exactly
Loves eating
that.
things.
Oh, I love
Loves
it.
eating things.
So last but not least, any funny mealtime rituals that you've noticed with her already? Is there anything like she does, or like does she get really excited when you come to the table, or anything that she sort of wants you to do? Like, do you have to make any funny faces, or is there any mealtime rituals? Because obviously we love talking about weaning.
Yeah, her dad likes to do, the airplane thing.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
a
okay,
lot
yeah.
When she's eating. She doesn't really do that with me. She laughs a lot more with him.
No, of course.
Which I'm
The
trying not
dads
to take to
always get
heart,
that.
which is fine. But at the moment we have a little dance before
Love
meals.
it.
So like at the moment we've just moved house, so we have no furniture. So she's on the countertop with me, obviously right there in her little chair. And we put the radio on and have a little dance.
Have a little
We did
dance.
the Macarena this
Pre-meal.
morning.
Oh my
before
gosh, I
breakfast.
love it.
But it's to get her happy, and then so that she's not sat down in a grumpy mood.
I love that.
Yeah, there's been a few times where she's been crying.
Yeah. That's the thing, because also those mealtime associations, because I always say that, like, if you can take a step back and calm everything down pre-meal, and then the environment that they feel in the mealtime is much better. Whereas if you put them down in a grumpy mood and then they're like, oh, now I'm stuck.
Yeah.
You know, it can be really tricky. So I love that. It's great advice.
So yeah, we do a lot of jumping and dancing.
Perfect.
And then calm and then
calm and then in.
eat.
Yeah.
That's actually one
the
of
Macarena first.
The Macarena, yeah.
Oh, honestly, I'm so grateful. You guys have been brilliant. I genuinely think people will benefit from this advice, and it's been wonderful. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for your book.
For
My
the
God.
Bible.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. I'm so pleased. Thank you. A huge thank you to Lorraine Kelly and Rosie for being such brilliant guests on today's episode. It was so refreshing to hear their really honest take on navigating weaning, and especially when it comes to balancing that family input and support from grandparents at the same time. Coming up later this week, I'll be talking about consistency in feeding, and particularly when your little one is being cared for by other people, whether that might be grandparents or childminders or even a nursery setting. It's a really useful episode, packed with tips to help you feel so much more confident about keeping things on track, no matter who is in charge of those mealtimes. This podcast is brought to you with support from Little Dish, so a big thank you to them for hosting us in their headquarters. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do subscribe, share it with a friend, or leave a quick review. It really does make a huge difference. See you again later this week. This episode of How to Feed wouldn't have been possible without my sponsors, Little Dish. Their meals are fresh, delicious, and made with ingredients that you would find in your own kitchen, making them a brilliant option for busy days.